Hello, hello, Sagittarius. Let me just adjust my camera real quick. I'm Poetic Heretic, and this is your April 2020 tarot forecast. I'll be giving you a Celtic cross reading for all Sagittarius individuals out there, sun, rising, and moon, for the month of April 2020 to see what information, insight, and advice we can gain into your month. All right, I'm sorry, but this camera thing is just driving me crazy. I don't know why it's like that. Oh well, we will have to forge ahead regardless. So, we would like a Celtic cross reading for Sagittarius, for all Sagittarius individuals, sun, rising, and moon, for the month of April 2020. Let us see what we get. And there it is. All right, so let the games begin. For your current outside influences, you got the Ace of Cups reversed. Well, geez, I'm dropping it everywhere. For your challenge card, you got the King of Cups reversed. For the underlying energy, you got the Ten of Swords. For the past, you got the Devil reversed. Isn't this interesting? Already I'm seeing a high probability of like asserting your boundaries more, but let's see what the other cards say, see if they confirm that or not. For what you hope to achieve, the Nine of Pentacles reversed. For the near future, the Two of Cups, very nice. For your attitude or position on the situation, the Fool reversed. For the outside force coming in, the Four of Wands reversed. For your hopes or fears, the Three of Pentacles. And a final outcome card of the King of Swords. All right, not bad. Let's dive into this. This is very interesting. This is a bit different from the sort of general pattern I've been seeing this month so far, but let's see. Beginning the month with the Ace of Cups reversed. This represents your current outside influences right around the beginning of the month. And indeed, as I mentioned earlier, I think many of you are asserting your boundaries more, having healthier boundaries at the beginning of this month. You know, Ace of Cups reversed, not always negative. This can be a positive thing. It can be like, okay, I recognize that I have a preference that is different from the preference of another person, and I'm going to let that be known, as you should. It is always important to communicate your boundaries. Otherwise, people don't know, that something, that you're not okay with something, then how can they change their behavior to not violate your boundaries? So you got to communicate those boundaries, and it looks like you are, so that's very good. However, yes, it is true in a negative sense. Sometimes the Ace of Cups reverse can be just a lot of difficult emotion to process. It can be a bit overwhelming. And so you'll have to give yourself time to do that. Or in other cases, it can be just that you're almost not feeling much of anything, that you feel a certain numbness to you. I think that might also be a possibility for a significant amount of you with this King of Cups showing up for your challenge card. It showed up reversed. Let's look at it upright. So, as if to say this month that your challenge is to get more in touch with your emotions, to understand the emotional realm. King of Cups is air of water, which means the mental aspect of emotion. So your challenge of this month is to really understand your emotions and like why you are feeling the emotions that you're feeling. Maybe even to understand another person's emotions, especially with that Two of Cups coming up. Like if you find yourself like meeting someone new this month who is quite significant, or if there's already a person like that in your life that you feel very, very connected to, um, I would say understanding their emotions as well could be a very big part of this month. Again, because of that Two of Cups that we do see coming up soon. So for the underlying energy, everything forming a foundation for your situation this month, we have the Ten of Swords. So we have both positive and negative possibilities here as well. In a positive sense, the Ten of Swords can indicate the truth coming out, illusions shattered, a manifestation of thought, a manifestation of reality, no longer being lost in illusion, but instead clarity happening. So we have that possibility. However, the negative sense, which I think people hear far more often with this card, is yes, it can be like feeling defeated, like all hope is lost, like you've reached the end of the line, you've gone as far as you can go, and there's this sense of despair and giving up. Fortunately, even if it manifests in that way for many of you, we're not seeing enough other heavy indicators of like difficult and dark developments this month. So I wouldn't really worry about that too much. Just know that sort of in the background, underneath your current situation, there could be this feeling of like despair and lifelessness and feeling defeated. But things are, it looks like, at least slowly improving as we go throughout your month this month. If not, perhaps improving a lot more quickly than that. So for the past and issues you've had to deal with, you got the Devil reversed. So you've really been working on breaking free from feeling chained to someone or something that was very unhealthy, like an unhealthy situation or a toxic person, or maybe even some behavior you were engaging in just with yourself that was unhealthy. You've been sort of struggling to break free from that. And I think especially since this card can also talk about boundaries in its own way, when we look at the Ace of Cups in your present situation this month, talking about asserting your boundaries more, I think that many of you, many a Sagittarian this month is in fact finally asserting their boundaries. You're asserting your boundaries where you've struggled to before, and you've basically sort of risen up and said, I'm not taking it anymore. We're not taking it anymore. So, stand up and, don't put up with this crap is, of course, always going to be my message. So that's very good. And then it looks like you get, well, I would say rewarded for that in the near future, as we'll go over here in a moment. For what you hope to achieve this month, you got the Nine of Pentacles reversed. So this is like your highest hope, your highest goal, what you're reaching for this month, that sort of thing. So Nine of Pentacles reversed. This is likely you're hoping to or wanting to overcome a blockage to basically enjoying the fruits of your labor, enjoying life, having peace and serenity, even if you are by yourself when you're experiencing it. Although, well, even though we would normally associate that with this card, we've got another indicator coming up here that you likely won't be by yourself, but more of that in a moment. So yes. So if this is like the highest or the most you can hope for this month, then it's like that peace, that feeling of work well done, that well-deserved sort of luxury after the work that you've done or whatever, is what you want to sort of cultivate this month. I'm also tempted to say that if there's a particular person that you have been trying to um, leave behind in your past or whatever, then this card is commenting more on that, saying, yes, indeed, leave that person behind, who's not good for you, and maybe enjoy being by yourself to some extent. And yes, like, even though I kind of hesitate to say that because of some of the other cards coming up, at the same time, it's not like it's one or the other. It could very well be that many of you would have some alone time really do you some good this month. It would do you some good to have some alone time. And then you end up spending time with another very significant person. And speaking of which, that takes us right into our next card for the near future, the Two of Cups, representing about the first week or two of the month of April. So this is like a deep connection, a deep bond with another person. This could be a romantic partner, though it doesn't have to be. It could also be a close friend, or a family member, perhaps someone that you have a very special connection with and you really see into one another. And that's also where I was getting earlier, like this idea of understanding yourself and perhaps another person emotionally this month, understanding one another's emotions. It's like chances are, if you're a match to this kind of person now, after the stuff that it looks like you've been through, it's probably because you've both been through quite a few challenges, or quite the challenges. You've both been through some rough times, and you're really seeing into one another in that sense. Now, it is true for some people out there who, maybe relationships aren't your thing right now. In a much more generalized sense, this can just be great love and a feeling of connection in general. So maybe a love for like a project you're working on or some kind of creative endeavor, that sort of thing. But yes, a very strong dose of positive energy early in the month this month. So that's very good. Just remember to practice social distancing is all I would recommend if this is a connection with another person. Speaking of social distancing, for your attitude or position in the situation, about halfway through the month, you got the Fool reversed. So there is this feeling of like part of you wants to set out on a new adventure, go out on a new journey, but part of you is not. Part of you, perhaps it is the whole social distancing thing. You're wanting to exercise caution, or it could just be that a number of you have a fear of change. Maybe some of these changes are exciting on the one hand, as we see with the Fool upright, but they could also feel scary to another part of you on the other hand, thus the Fool reversed. And so, I mean, usually when we get the Fool reversed like this, and it is manifesting as like a fear of change, it's also like kind of a gentle encouragement to take that risk, to go out on that limb and be open to change. But it can also be a warning to not take that to an extreme and engage in reckless behavior. So in other words, don't be so willing to take risks that you are reckless and end up, somehow hurting yourself or others. Don't do that. For the outside force coming in, you got the Four of Wands reversed. So this is very interesting. So it's like some kind of really positive, harmonious, delicious, joyful energy is trying to come in, but it's not quite able to fully manifest at this time. Again, with everything going on with like the global pandemic, like this could be like, if you're single in particular, like a new romantic partner trying to enter the picture again with, we saw that Two of Cups earlier, especially, and even the Ace of Cups, even though it was reversed, that just the fact that that's showing up. So like someone trying to come in, but like they can't entirely right now because of everything that's going on. You can't exactly, get physically close to a person right now and be safe, so which is unfortunate, but we could have that. In a more generalized sense, this could just be, again, something of that kind of positive nature, trying to manifest, but not quite able to. It is true sometimes the Four of Wands reversed can, in a negative sense, talk about disruptions to your home and family life, disruptions to your sense of harmony and peace. So a force trying to uh, create that in your life. I don't think that's going to be the case for the vast majority of you. Not only because this card is normally so positive when it's upright, but also because of the other cards that we have here that are basically indicative of largely positive things and like recovery from difficulties. Hey, what's up, Ryan? Finally catching a stream. Well, I'm glad to have you here. I wish YouTube would be better or do better at notifying people. For your hopes or fears, you got the Three of Pentacles. So again, like you're hoping that you can forge this connection with someone or this communication, but you're afraid of if you'll truly be able to. Now it is true, Three of Pentacles puts its focus on like working with someone to create something, but I think especially in this context, you know, we're looking at some kind of deepening connection that is likely deepening for the vast majority of you, but you're also concerned about it. You're concerned if it can go the way that you're wanting it to go. You're maybe concerned again about the global pandemic issues related to that, that sort of thing. But fortunately, for the final outcome card, you got the King of Swords. So, ending the month on a very clear, logical note. This is very good energy, generally speaking. This is air of air, the King of Swords. So, pure mental energy, rational thought. So, it's a very good sign for clear thinking, and also like if you're involved in any kind of legal situations, it's a very good sign for that. Generally indicating very clear-minded, clear, focused energy. Also, with it being a court card, it may indicate a rendezvous or encounter with an adult male air sign. That would be Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. So perhaps someone of that disposition or energy may end up showing themselves at the end of your month. So there's that possibility. But so yes, all's well that ends well, I suppose. So that's about it, Sagittarius. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, feel free to like and subscribe if you're not already, as I'm always streaming more astrology and tarot-related content to this channel. Also, if you'd like a personal reading with me, I do go live on this channel every Friday at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, doing live tarot readings on a pay-what-you-want basis. You can come by and leave a donation of as little as $1, and I'll be happy to give you a reading on any question of your choice. So again, that's 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. Eastern Time, right here every Friday on this channel. And so that's about it. Thank you so much for watching, dear Sagittarians. Let's see. Also, my other YouTube friend has uploaded another episode of his sci-fi cartoon series, so it's a good day. Ooh, nice. Sci-fi cartoon sounds delightful. It's currently 7 p.m. Mountain Time here. Oh, really? It's 9 p.m. here, so looks like you're 2 hours earlier. So let's see. My live tarot reading streams for you then would be from 5. Wait. Your time, yeah, it would be from 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. All right, well. Okay, well, thank you for stopping in, Ryan. I'm afraid this is the end, though, but I'm probably going to come right back with the reading for Capricorn for April. So thanks for watching, everyone who is watching this / does watch this in the near future. And have a great night wherever you are in the world. Bye for now.